Hey, this is Russell, and I work at the video store, the place that we can go to every week when it's movie night. On days like today, when the store is quiet, I get to chat to my friends about the films and the series that we're loving. All right, let's do it. Let's open up the shop.
Did you see that thing yesterday on the TV? It was ready, interesting!
Here's it.
Hello, Russell.
It's the G-Force.
How are you?
I'm tired.
I can imagine, bud.
I am tired. We will get into it. Welcome to the video store. Thank you for wandering in.
Yeah.
To this lovely video store. We've got ourselves a Graeme G-Force Hackney.
Good day.
Who is an editor and very much the producer of the show. And our first customer of the day.
Hey, nice and early.
Hey guys.
Hello.
It's a Claudia.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
Nice.
Are you strong?
I am. Despite it all, I'm a survivor.
When you went to sleep, could you just sleep for as long as you wanted until you wanted to wake up?
I mean,
did that happen last night?
Theoretically, yes, but what the brain says otherwise.
I'm unfortunately unable to have that luxury.
I'm aware.
My name is Russell. I am the owner of the Bioscope,
Yes.
which is an independent cinema here in Johannesburg. But I also am currently raising a 3-week-old beautiful baby girl called Emily.
Nice.
Emmy. And it's really testing. It's really testing that sleep training. I thought I could do it, and for the most part I can, because band life involves a lot of like sleep when you can, late nights, traveling, film school did a lot of that.
Yes.
I never spent too much time in production, but I know that production is that, where you got to get up super early to film that sunrise, and, literally and figuratively speaking. So I felt relatively good in that. When I'm up, I'm up. But I think what's tough, and I just phoned my cousin who's on the cusp of also having a kid, which is great. Two dudes in their sort of 40s who are having their first kids. I was like, week 3 is the tough one.
Right.
Because the pure adrenaline has waned a bit. And now you're like, really got to kind of...
It really kicks in.
Yeah, and you got to deliver it like 2-3 in the morning.
Yes.
And you got to contribute. And so it is tough. Yeah. But I take great joy in coming into work and hanging out with you guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're going to have ourselves a fat chat and nerd out a bit. What are we going to talk about today? I want to talk about Ella McCay.
Okay.
Which is a interesting film to talk about for many reasons, which has landed surprisingly quickly on Disney+.
Yeah.
It was scheduled for a release in South Africa.
Okay.
And for reasons we'll chat about. Plans changed.
Right.
What else? None of us have seen Wuthering Heights.
No.
Which is the big film of the weekend. It opened around the world this Valentine's weekend. We had every single screening of it sell out at the Bioscope, which is so exciting and lovely. I missed my chance to watch it as an exhibitor. Yes. Because it was literally on the day that Emmy was born. So I had my priorities right. Perrin watched it, who is a member of our team, and I send him as a proxy to some of these exhibitor screenings. And he had his... He didn't enjoy it for a few reasons. And it seemed like it was going to be a lovely divide. Yeah. Where some were going to really love it and some were going to hate it. Yes. People who've read the book and know Emily Bronte are going to have real challenges with this film. Yes. But it's at least worn that on its sleeve. Yeah. That it is this adaptation. So what I thought, because the three of us haven't seen it, let's read a few letterboxed reviews about it, which I think will be fun. Yeah. Claudia, what have you watched?
Send Help.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That was my Valentine's pick, actually.
Oh, lovely.
Decidedly anti-Valentine's.
Yeah. Okay, no, we'll definitely talk about that. And I'm into Shrinking again. We've got Shrinking season 3, so I'll get into that a bit.
Cool.
All right, Magic, going to be a good day.
Yeah.
Should we start with a little round of Hey Did You Guys See?
Let's do it. Cool. Let me grab my list. Hey, did you guys see the trailer for Spider Noir?
Yes, that was one of mine.
It looks
Yeah,
very
me
interesting.
too.
You've taken one of mine. What is that?
So this is a new Amazon Prime show that's coming out, starring Nicolas Cage as an alternate version of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ben Riley.
Yes. So this
What's
is
his name?
Ben Riley.
Yes. So
Private Eye.
Nicolas
Okay.
Cage has actually already played a version of this character in the Spider-Verse movies. He's in Into the Spider-Verse as an animated version of the same character. It's basically a kind of detective noir version of Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yes, and it's going to be available in color and in black and
I was
white.
about to say that
Yeah.
that I saw and was like, okay,
Yes,
interesting.
and it looks very Nicolas Cage.
It does.
okay,
A
so
little wacky, a little off the wall.
so literally, as you choose your seasons and your shows, you'll probably right at the start have
Yeah.
black or white and color,
Yes,
and then you get to watch that. That's so cool.
it is cool.
It'll be interesting to see if they ever release the metrics
Yeah,
Of-
how people
of-
watch it.
of which was the more watched version.
Yeah.
I would imagine it'll be black and white.
Yeah, hopefully. It seems like that's the intention for it.
Yeah, a little film school for people. Film noir is a lovely kind of genre almost
Yeah.
in cinema. It wasn't so much a movement because it's more of a vibe. Noir is French for black,
Yeah.
dark, something like that.
Yes.
Some French person is going to be shouting at me. But yeah, the idea generally with a film noir is that it has a vibe of dark mystery.
Yeah.
And it's, think of that classic private detective with the Venetian blinds and,
Yes.
and the woman coming into the detective's office and he says, she was a pushy dame, but she had a case.
Exactly.
It's like, that's film noir.
Yeah.
Why I knew Cole would be such a lovely person to work at the video store is when we were living together
Yeah.
during lockdown, we watched movies because that's what two film nerds would do
Exactly.
as housemates. And we once had a week of noir. It was like Noir Week. And we watched The Maltese Falcon and
wow.
Double Indemnity. These are the famous noir films.
Yes.
There was an early Kubrick, which I had never seen.
Okay.
The Killing or the something. I forget
Okay.
what it's called. And also, I'm bringing in Perrin more and more to curate and program films at the Bioscope.
Yeah.
And he thought Noirvember would be a cool thing to do.
Yes.
Cool.
And so that'll be fun to play with.
Yeah.
But yeah, do we know when the show starts?
It's in May, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, and
It
Nicolas
looks cool.
Cage being Nicolas Cage.
Right?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I think he was the one that pushed for the whole black and white thing.
Okay.
He makes. I think I saw a clip where he makes mention of he watched what was it, Godzilla -1.
Okay.
And that apparently I think in Japan was released in
Yeah, they did
color
the
and black
Godzilla
and white.
-1 color version.
Yes.
It's on Netflix. You can watch it in black and white if you
Can
want
you?
to. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, and that's what
Pretty
inspired
cool.
him.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I think it's got an interesting sort of like pedigree of people behind it as
Cool.
well. You've got like Harry Bradbeer of Fleabag and Killing Eve
Oh, cool.
fame, directing the
Okay.
first 2 episodes.
Okay, nice.
So that's going to set an interesting tone for,
Yes.
for the show,
Okay,
I think.
nice.
Can you bring your mic even closer?
Here we go.
Maybe down a little so that it actually can it go down?
Yeah, it should be able to. There should be a bit of.
You can't. Yeah, I think maybe tilt it down.
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah,
just
yeah,
so
that
it's
sounds
closer
much
to
better.
you. Have you got another one?
So, have you guys seen the trailer for a weird little film called They Will Kill You?
Oh, yes. With Zazie Beetz.
Zazie Beetz,
Yes.
Patricia Arquette,
Yeah.
Apparently, it was shot in
and Tom
South
Fulton, I
Africa.
think.
Yes.
Yes.
I heard this as well.
Okay, I had someone from AFTA ask me the other day if we were going to screen it because he's like, "'Cause I'm in it,"
Oh,
and I was
cool.
like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then I saw it, and then I've since been debating whether or not it's a Bioscope film, but I haven't seen a trailer, so I must actually watch a trailer.
You
Okay.
should.
It's now out.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually saw it when I it was part of the trailer lineup when I went to go watch Send Help.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
And what did we get from this trailer?
It feels a little bit like a grindhousey, kind of like Tarantino-esque feel to it.
Okay.
Ex-con goes and gets herself employment at some weird hotel,
Yeah.
and she ends up having to fight for her life against, I think, like a crazy lot of cultists. Cultists, yes.
Okay.
Who are hell-bent on sacrificing her for the sake of Satan.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see.
Crazy premise.
Okay, and it's called We Will Kill You.
They Will Kill You.
They Will Kill You.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
Okay.
believe I always struggle saying his name, Andy Muschietti or Muschietti of
Andy
It.
Muschietti.
Yeah, Muschietti,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's a producer on it, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, is he behind it?
Yes.
All right.
Executive producing.
Okay. Hey, did you guys see James Van Der Beek died?
Yeah.
No.
That sucks.
Van der Beek.
Van der Beek.
Way too young, like 47.
yeah.
47, 48.
It's cancer. And unfortunately, like a very, very shit kind of cancer. There's no nice cancer,
Yeah.
but it seemed like one of the real sort of ugly ones.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys, because did you watch a lot of Dawson's Creek?
I watched a little bit of
Yeah.
Dawson's Creek. I definitely didn't watch it all, but
I hardly watched anything. I don't
Yeah, I
even
saw a
think I
little
watched
bit.
the whole episode.
I also think it was perhaps like at a time when it was maybe not as widely aired or broadcast here in
Okay.
South Africa. It was
Yeah.
difficult to sometimes find.
okay.
Maybe the age as well. It was
Okay.
more for like your
think-
late teens, early 20s.
I
Right.
think it was you guys were a bit too young for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bang on my age.
I think, well, I mean, you and I are about basically the same age.
Oh,
I think
we-
it was pretty much, I had friends who were very into it,
Okay.
but I only watched it every now and then. It launched like a ton of careers.
Yeah.
Michelle
Yeah.
Williams.
Yeah.
What's the other dude's name?
Jackson.
Yes, Joshua
Jackson.
Jackson as well, yeah. I really like that dude.
And of course, Katie Holmes.
Yeah.
His other films, well, the fact that he did some films were interesting. I wanted to ask you guys whether the Rules of Attraction ever came
Yes,
your way.
It did.
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
It
I
did.
missed that one.
If it's such a potent, interesting, it's a very cool film.
Yeah.
Okay.
That if you've seen it, you don't forget it.
No, you
Okay.
don't. It was
It's correct me if I'm wrong, but it's in the world of American Psycho. I think it's based on a book by the guy who wrote American Psycho.
Oh, okay.
what's his name? Brett
Yeah,
Easton
Brett
Easton
Easton Ellis.
Ellis,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is.
Because James Van Der Beek plays not Patrick Bateman, he plays Sean Bateman. And I don't know whether that's now the American Psycho's brother or there's some
Okay.
lineage or there's some family thing.
Yeah.
But it is such a cool film, and I'm contemplating how we can perhaps now screen this film
Yeah.
for people to see. It's just got these like incredible sequences.
Yes.
It's not a cohesive, simple storyline.
Mm.
It's
No.
almost like these little segments, but it's basically a bunch of kids at college.
Okay.
But there's like a whole thing dedicated to this one character you've never seen. Halfway through the movie, you just see his whole European holiday
Oh.
in this like very cool snapshot way.
Okay.
There's one character, this is probably the tougher part, that commits suicide. Then there's a kind of very funny thing involving like a gay dude overdosing and how they need to like rescue this dude.
Right.
James Van Der Beek plays like a pretty hardcore character. Like he's
Yeah.
the complete opposite of the mushy Dawson's Creek character. Like
Right.
he's like
Yeah.
a bit of a dick.
Yeah. I was going to say he is. He's like the dick
Yeah.
of that movie.
Right.
Yeah, and
There's
this
nothing
lovely,
redeeming
there's this
about
lovely
him.
scene about how he talks about how he picks up women, and the one part is it sort of cuts to them like once they're back in his apartment, and he's like, I take Counting Crows songs and I just like rejig the words a little so they
Right.
think I wrote it, and it's like, and you just hear him like you just see him like playing this guitar, and it's like a version of the song Anna Begins, and the chick's
right.
crying, and then that's how he like
Yeah.
gets with her. No, it's quite a brutal film, but it's very cool. And I just, in my head, we haven't spoken about it, and I don't hear it being spoken about.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm curious whether it's, these films sometimes just unfortunately just simmer and die on the shelf, and the world doesn't doesn't talk about them, and I just wonder whether Rules of Attraction is one of those.
Yeah, I think it got overshadowed by Cruel Intentions. They roughly came out around about the same time.
And Cruel Intentions was just that much more palatable,
Right.
and more available for people to watch. It wasn't as explicit and as crazy and as potent. But Graeme, you'd appreciate this. There's a shot in Rules of Attraction, which is it's such a filmmaker-y film. It's a split screen of these two characters getting ready in their rooms and walking down the passages and coming to class.
Right.
And it ends with the two of them standing in front of each other, and it lines up perfectly that it turns into one shot.
Cool.
It's such a wanky wank, but it's like when you watch it, it makes perfect sense
Yes.
for this movie and in this moment. But it's that kind of film where it's like it's made more for the film students than it is for the general public.
Yeah.
Okay, but maybe I should bring it back, and maybe there's more people like you.
I think so.
Who will want to come out.
There's
and
like
see
a whole
again.
slew of films that we could actually look at,
Yeah, I actually thought
like double billing kind of a thing.
totally, but I thought there's almost a kind of film we could or a night or something that the video store could do under the name like Preservation, like the Bioscope or the Video Store Film Preservation Society or something, and its premise is these are amazing films that we don't want to have die.
Yes.
And so it's not literal like preservation. It's more just like let's talk about this movie again because it deserves to be spoken about.
Yeah, it should be brought back into circulation.
And I thought that's what our like Video Store Presents could be.
Yes.
That's one strain of how we pick. It could be like we need to preserve this film. So maybe this is the perfect one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
right.
We'll try and get going on that.
Cool. Hey, did you guys see this one's just for me that there's going to be a Project Hail Mary Lego set?
Oh
I
my
saw.
goodness.
I'm very excited about it. It's like 2,000 Rand, but I'm going to buy it anyway.
Okay. That is lovely.
I love Lego and I love Project Hail Mary, so it's like...
It's the perfect pairing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the movie is such a lovely, like, geeky being geeky.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like building, and it's engineer, and it's
Yeah.
science, and it's like all the good literal building blocks
Yes.
of life. And of course, Lego is such a great tie-in.
Yeah.
Are they available already? Do you know?
No,
No,
I
not
think it's
yet.
out in March sometime.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
So-
film is releasing around the world on the 20th.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it is going to be a big film that we are going to talk about a lot at
Definitely.
the video store. I'm already carving out, because it's quite long. It's almost 3 hours.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
I'm carving out the space for it in its weekend
Okay, cool.
at the Bioscope.
Oh,
Cool.
fantastic.
And I think we should actually get tickets on sale soon.
Nice.
It is one of those, Claudia, that you'd appreciate, where when early rumblings of a film can sometimes
Yes.
work against the film, and apparently there was issues on production and fights, or this person got fired, or there was recuts or reshoots, and often these kind of rumors can really like damage a film. Sometimes you can get the complete opposite,
Yeah.
where some little nobody kind of entity, I looked into it, they're not even that big of a media outlet, but I've seen this float around my Instagram where the title reads, apparently this is a masterpiece.
Yes.
Like early reactions to
Yeah.
Project Hail Mary are saying it's a masterpiece. And even if that is the filmmakers seeding some kind of good rumor or whatever,
Yeah.
it's working.
Yeah.
Because it has the world go, apparently it's amazing.
Yes.
I don't even know where I heard that. But, here I am talking about it.
Yeah.
No, but this is very exciting.
Yeah.
Have you read the book?
I have not. I bought it quite recently, actually. I mean, I'm a fan of Martin Weir.
Peter.
Andy Weir.
Andy.
Andy Weir.
Peter
Sorry,
Weir's
sorry,
the
Martin Weir.
director.
Yeah.
Okay. Andy
Yes.
Weir's the author who wrote
Yeah.
The Martian.
Yes, and interesting fact about that, I remember reading The Martian when it was still being released in episodical form
Like the online version, yeah.
Yeah.
even before the book was formally published.
He released it almost like logs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was very cool.
Yeah, it was a great idea.
And so you've got the book.
Yes.
It's
Not
a
really
lovely,
good.
easy read.
Yeah.
And it's just, you just go on this journey. And it's so exciting.
Yeah.
I took great joy in reading it.
Yeah.
And so, this film is coming on the 20th. of March. We got old Gosling,
Oh yeah.
and they have very much leaned into as the main marketing ploy, sort of what this is ultimately, which is this buddy comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Space buddy comedy.
space buddy
Let's
comedy
survive
as
this
they
together,
save
Rocky.
the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is so cool.
Yeah.
Do you have another one?
Let me have a look over here. Hey, did you guys see? Okay, so it's technically not actual film, but it's film adjacent. So have you guys seen the untitled John Wick game reveal trailer?
I did see that.
Okay, that is not my algorithm.
Well, I mean, I find this interesting because this has very heavy involvement in it from Chad Stahelski himself.
Oh, cool.
In the development of this
Who
game.
is that?
He is the director of the John Wick films.
Okay, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, it's a collab between Chad, Lionsgate Interactive, and then Saber Interactive, who are the actual developers of the game.
Okay, and have they made good games? Do they have a good reputation?
I'm not terribly familiar with them. I think this is the first time I've heard of them, but sort of like the reveal trailer, it shows promise. I mean, it's very like third person actiony, like very much reminds me like style of Uncharted, that kind of like vibe and feel. So
What is third person? You looking over his shoulder?
Yeah, when the camera's behind.
yeah.
Okay.
So you still get a sense of the character. It's not first person like a shooter game, which
Has
would
there
entail.
been a John Wick game before?
No,
Wasn't there a VR John Wick game?
I think there was.
But that's kind of it. There hasn't
Yeah,
been one other
it was.
than that.
It's
was
amazing that it's taken them this long.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
seems
Because
kind
they've
of
been
prime for
wildly
it.
popular,
Yeah.
and we've pretty much made all the movies.
Yes.
yeah. But I mean, this is supposed to sort of like carry on with the universe. It's supposed to be at some time during the John Wick storyline, kind of carrying on the story. So
Okay. So spoiler alert, he doesn't die. Okay? After all those movies, he's fine.
Well, technically, it's implied that he dies at the end of the fourth one.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
But they're probably just going to find a way to bring him back.
yeah, no,
Because they're definitely going to want to make more. Because the fourth one did very well, despite the fact that it was 3 hours,
yeah.
which
Yeah.
is wild.
So
Did you guys watch Ballerina?
no,
No, I've heard it's alright.
It's okay. I was getting a bit tired of it.
yeah,
It's not my cup of tea.
yeah.
I don't have any more.
I've got.
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
go for it.
Yeah, so also gaming and film related. Have you guys seen the 007 First Light game story trailer?
Hell yes, I'm excited about that game.
It's going to be called 007 First Light.
First
Yeah.
Light, yeah. So it's basically young Bond assuming
Okay.
the role of 007.
Yeah.
What era? What time era?
It seems like contemporary.
Contemporary, yeah.
Because
But a
you've got an
very
interesting
young-
theory.
Oh,
Graham's
yes.
got a very interesting theory, which I would love to see happen, which is in a reboot of James Bond, which we are on the cusp of
Yeah.
getting.
We must be very
We-
close.
We're somewhat close. There's going to
Yeah.
be a reveal.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
It has to be soon as to who's going to be this new Amazon James Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The coolest thing they could do is take it back to like a Connery era.
Yeah, I said it in the 60s.
Set it in the fucking
That's
60s.
what I want. I would really love for them to do that.
Where Dr. No, the only gadget he uses is a piece of his hair.
Yeah.
Really? Do you
Yeah.
do you remember that? Have
Yeah.
you seen Dr. No? Yeah, it's like that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Go back
That would
to
be interesting.
Yeah,
back to when a
origins,
cell
back
phone
to
couldn't
roots.
do everything and
Yeah.
just put those limitations on it, put it in that period, see what you can do with it. Also, I've said this before, what I want them to do is continue the Craig universe. I know technically he's dead, but they spent so long establishing a supporting cast.
Okay.
Like, keep them going and tell new stories with those characters. Like, they're such a great supporting cast there.
Because the idea is that 007 is just
Exactly.
A moniker, yeah.
It's the name, right? Anyone could become a 007.
Yes, which they did in the last film. He had left, he had quit, and Lashana Lynch was now 007.
Yeah.
And there's the answer to everyone is saying, okay, do a female James Bond, but you don't do Jennifer Bond or something. That would be freaking stupid, and everyone would hate it.
Yeah.
But bring that character back, give her back the 007, bring back Anna de Armas's character.
Yeah.
Bring back Ben Whishaw and do that because
Yeah,
it's
so then
such a
it's
good
just
supporting
not,
cast.
It's just not James Bond, but
Yeah.
it is 007.
Exactly.
Yeah, that could
Yeah.
be cool.
Yes.
Yeah, the Callum Scott answered a press interview in the Berlin Film Festival with a little bit of ambiguity,
Okay.
which leads to like almost this feeling that that's the reveal.
Who's
that it's
Callum Scott?
maybe I've got his name wrong. Callum, the guy.
Is it Callum Turner?
Callum Turner.
The guy from Eternity.
My
and,
bad.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Sorry, I got the first name right.
He would actually be a good choice.
Who the hell is Callum Scott?
I
He's a
have no
musician.
idea. Okay.
Sorry. He recently toured South Africa.
Oh, cool.
Callum
Turner. Yeah.
who was in,
He's in Eternity. He's in
which-
Masters of the Air,
yes,
which is a great show. Also on Apple. Eternity is now on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was gonna put that in the
Yes.
stock the shelf section.
Cool.
But yeah, this guy sort of said the question from this very German dude in the audience was not can you reveal if this is the case or not,
Right.
but how do you handle the rumor of this or something like that, something
Okay.
kind of vague like that, and he
Yes.
just said, "I have no comment,"
Right.
or something like that. Where he could have just gone, "Oh, it's fun to think that perhaps I could be James Bond."
Yes.
Yeah.
But he answered in such a way that everyone was like,
Yes.
interesting.
Also, I know he's old now, or he says he's too old, but do a one-off James Bond movie with Idris Elba.
Yes.
Okay.
Because for a long time, people said Idris Elba should be James
Yes.
Bond, and he says at some point it would have been cool, but now he feels like he's too old for it.
Yeah.
I'm like, do just a one-off James Bond movie with Idris Elba, where he is like an old Bond.
Yeah,
That
could
would be
cool.
freaking sick.
Yeah.
Because he'd
Yeah.
be great as James Bond.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah.
Do we have any more?
Yeah, a couple.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, go.
Okay, have you guys heard, or have you guys seen, actually, Scrubs is coming
Oh,
back
yes.
to Disney.
Yes, I've seen the adverts and the sort of hype around it. We don't know when episodes are going to land. Hey?
Okay.
I think either from end of Feb, beginning of March.
As
Oh, is it
soon as
that
that.
soon?
As soon as-
eh?
I think so. Don't quote me on this.
Yeah. I love Scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few TV shows now that, with a little bit of hindsight,
Yeah.
we can look back and realize how important they were.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we can talk about a show like Will and Grace and how much good it casually did for the rights of gay folk
Yeah.
and like same-sex marriage, and it advanced the mainstream's perception of homosexuality by a decade of progress. But one of the ones that I think is very underrated is Scrubs and what Scrubs did as a TV show.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it was one of the first that should have been a closed set sitcom, but chose to rather shoot it on location. And it was one of the first in the world of comedy to do
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Like the dramas were always out and about, the
Yes.
West Wings and on combination of set and real locations. But the comedies were always quite restricted to the sitcom
Yeah.
look and feel.
Yeah.
So much so that it was actually hilarious when you watch the sitcom episode of Scrubs, where they go into this kind of alternate universe, and you see the whole of Scrubs as if it was a sitcom.
Okay.
It's very meta, very smart. It's
Cool.
somewhere in the middle of the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
But also just masterclass in writing, where you just go from goofball comedy to like floor-dropping drama
Yeah.
that just leaves you in tears. And I thought it was a masterpiece.
Yeah, that episode with Brendan Fraser still for me is like standouts.
Yes, that goes down in
yeah.
history as one of the more significant episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was delightful, and just the hang. And I think Bill Lawrence, the creator of Scrubs, is just so good at creating these lovable, banterish gangs.
Right.
And wherever he goes, you've got that charm.
Yeah.
So you had Cougar Town, which was famously a very misunderstood show.
Right.
Which,
Yeah.
if you watch it, you actually really enjoy it.
Okay.
But people got put off by it for what it was pretending or named, and they even make a joke about how this is a stupid name.
Yeah.
But his latest is Shrinking,
Mm.
which is on Apple TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once again, many cast members of Scrubs are in it. It's just a good hang where
Cool.
everyone is cool. Everyone is cool, and everyone is cool to each other.
Nice.
Everyone says the coolest, funniest things, and they've all got the best, like, quirkiness to them. So lovable.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay, so we'll be there for it. The moment it arrives, we'll talk about it.
most definitely.
Cool.
Most definitely. Hey, have you guys seen in entertainment news the whole controversy with ByteDance's video model C-Dance?
The new AI generative thing.
Yeah, being flagged by the big studios
Yeah.
like Disney and Paramount for copyright infringement.
Okay, no, I don't know anything about it.
So they, I think they announced it literally just before the weekend, around about the 12th, 13th.
Yeah.
They go and they release
Sorry, who's they?
ByteDance. Big
ByteDance.
Chinese.
Yeah, a huge Chinese company.
Okay.
Yeah. And they made an announcement a couple of days ago on their latest AI video model called C-Dance 2.0.
Okay.
And as like proof of concept, they released a series of clips showcasing the power of this model. And one of them happened to be this whole like compilation of what's supposed to be Tom Cruise
Yes.
and Brad
that
Pitt
one.
fighting against each other. Yeah.
Did they release that themselves? That was their own.
I'm not sure if it was them directly
Okay.
or if it was someone that was just touting C-Dance itself. But in any case, big fallout about it.
Yeah.
Studios are not happy. SAG-AFTRA even released a statement saying like this is just not acceptable.
Yeah.
And cease and desist one after the other. And I think now the latest is that ByteDance will look at curbing the use of copyrighted material. But I mean, what does that mean at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Like they've already trained their models on it
Yeah.
if they can produce that kind of content.
Sure.
Suck.
Yeah, there is a wing of music legality where publishers and the people who protect the copyright of compositions have to almost mathematically look at someone else's composition, and they would, almost like a court case, work out whether or not it is too similar, and there's a level of how similar it can be, and da 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 da.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we in the world of music have pretty much figured out how you can determine if someone is plagiarizing you. And so we're just going to have that.
Yeah.
We're just going to have these things being made, and it's going to have someone flag it, someone mediate it, and
Yeah.
someone go, no.
Yeah.
The real person go, I never shot that. They might have to release some kind of a statement.
Yeah.
Someone's going to have to somehow protect that.
Well,
And then these people are going to have to be fined, and there's going to have to be... It's the only way to do it, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is that the legislation out there is just, it's not sufficient.
yeah.
It's taking too long for it to come together. And then you have these instances where these companies, they just go and they do it. And it's kind of like, well, let's ask for forgiveness after the fact.
Yeah.
Sure.
But the damage is done,
Yeah, and I just think, that's got to all catch up. But one can learn from the world of music where all of that infrastructure is already set up.
Yeah.
And then we just got to get the acting world out there. And it makes sense that I can cover any song I want.
Yeah.
I can record it. I can go to a recording studio now, and I can make any song I want. But if I want to publish it, I have to give credit to someone else.
Yeah.
If I want to get money from it. So it's like people will be making these videos of Brad Pitt fighting Tom Cruise, but as long as they're not profiting from it, because if there's a way that they can profit from those videos,
Yeah.
then they should be flagged and it should be taken down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and you shouldn't profit from it.
Yeah. But I think,
That's the way I see it now. It's like that, and it just obviously,
yeah.
like, you can't stop it.
No.
It will be done.
You
People
can't.
will make these versions. But if it ever is published, and what it means to be published comes with implications.
Yeah, but I think also the greater problem is Disney also sent out their own sort of like cease and desist against them as well, because they're from it and from what I've gathered is that the model is also trained on a lot of Disney
Sure.
content. Which,
No, but that's the thing, is that we as musicians are trained by all the music we hear.
Yeah.
So we are going to grab and take from
Yeah.
and use the IP of things.
Exactly.
And we can be cover bands if we want to. But if I'm going to perform it, if I'm going to put it on my album, the publishing pretty much 100% has to go to the person who wrote it.
Yeah.
And so because they'll just figure out ways to make money. And so if it can go back to the studio in some way, and they can make money, then they'll figure out a way to make money out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah.
And it just needs these people to push the envelopes. It just needs the big, smart, money-hungry studios to fight back correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I find it interesting that I've got this little baby girl that's 3 weeks old that will only ever know a world with AI.
Yeah.
And everything made from here on out will be in question as to whether or not it was made that way or not. I've heard lovely theories where people are like, anything made, at certain timestamps before that will be artifacts of a world that weren't touched by AI.
Yeah.
The one thing I do think is interesting and fascinating is I think the future of Emily, my daughter's television, will be probably a Disney version where she will be in the movie.
Oh, right.
And we'll be able to say and prompt what she looks like, and that her name is Emily, and then she will be the star of these TV shows.
Yeah.
Right.
Interactive media.
Where these shows will change and put her in it. Which is wild.
It's a little bit disconcerting.
But most likely the future.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yep.
Anyways. All right. Let's move on. Let's quickly stock the shelves.
Okay, cool.
We've been talking a little bit of shit for a little too long here.
Yes.
We need to actually do some work. Claudia, you can just hang out while we put some of these things on the shelves. As we said, Eternity is on Apple TV Plus.
Okay, cool.
It's such a great film.
You enjoyed
loved
it.
Eternity.
Nice.
Have you seen it?
Not yet. No, it's on the watch list.
Oh, it's so good. Quick back of the box as I hold this box in my hand. An old couple pass away, the man first, and he enters into a interesting kind of limbo, which is this world. It almost looks like a giant train station where he's at this convention in heaven, so to speak, where he has to pick his eternity. And there's a giant convention to determine all the different eternities. You could be in a mountainscape, you could be on the beach, you could be in a nightclub for the rest of your life.
Pick your afterlife.
You got to pick your afterlife. With the number one rule in this world is that you can't change. So once you've picked that eternity, you can't swap.
All right.
But he passed away before his wife, who was suffering from cancer, and so he knows she's going to join him soon. So he's going to wait for her. He's going to try and pick out an eternity in the meantime, but he will wait for her so that they can go and do this together. What's delightful is that when you enter this world, you enter it at your most happiest version of yourself. So now they're old bullies, but when they dies, it's Miles Teller, who's a young sort of 30-year-old actor, and Elizabeth Olsen is the younger self of the woman. Only snag is we've got Callum, surname Turner, who was Elizabeth Olsen's first husband, who died very early in a war. I think it's the Korean War.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Miles Teller fell in love with her shortly after him dying, and they've spent this lifetime together as a married couple, 50 years with kids, and they sort of got that classic, grumpy but I love you kind of relationship. And the snag is Elizabeth Olsen now realizes here's this man that's been waiting for her for 50 years in eternity against her husband who she's been with for the last 50 years. And basically the movie is her having to decide.
Yeah.
But it's lovely. They've got these afterlife coordinators.
Right.
One of which is played by Divine Joy Randolph.
Yes.
Who've got to look after you and sort of make sure that you kind of get to that place, pick
Cool.
the eternity. But yeah, that's Disney. That is Apple TV Plus.
Yeah.
I can see that the film "Don't Let's Go to the Dogs Tonight" is coming to Netflix on the 24th.
Okay.
Which is very cool. This is it's somewhat of a South African film. It's based on a famous memoir.
Yes.
This is about Rhodesia becoming Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
This is the Embeth Davids
Embeth
outing,
Davids,
right?
yeah, who most of us, or at least our age, know Embeth Davids as Miss Honey from the Danny DeVito Matilda. So we all kind of love this woman because she was the sort of Miss Honey, the mother we all wanted. And she made this film, so she acted in it, and it's based on this famous memoir. So it did so well at the Bioscope. It was one of those like, this is the movie this is the kind of cinema we want to come out for and watch, and it was meaningful and very close to a lot of people's hearts, and so it's cool that that's going to come on the 24th of Feb. Okay, should we play a little round of What Movie Am I?
Let's do it.
All right, this is a somewhat of a card game that we have at the Bioscope. All right. I don't know whether you'll get this. Let's see. I am a spaghetti western.
Mm-hmm.
I am the last of a trilogy. I take place during the American Civil War. I am known for a standoff between three gunslingers. And I star Clint Eastwood. You have, if you know the answer, you have to say, "Oh, Captain, my Captain."
Oh,
I don't know which is the last in the trilogy.
Well, shoot for one. Shoot it out of your holster.
It's not The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Fistful of Dollars? Is it The Good, Bad? The Good, Bad?
Is it?
You got to say it.
Oh, Captain, my Captain, The Good, the Bad.
There's the good, the bad, and the
The
ugly. Yeah, it
Ugly.
is.
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
It's the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I didn't know that was the
1966.
third one.
Was that the third one?
It must have been.
Must have been.
He said it was
Yeah.
the third in a trilogy.
And the trilogy's not like an actual logical story trilogy.
not-
It's just
not-
like three
Yeah.
spaghetti westerns that people see together.
Yes.
What is
Fistful
it? Fistful of Dollars.
No, I don't know which is what now. I don't know what the second one is then.
Okay.
I don't think it
No,
matters
we
that
don't know our
much.
spaghetti westerns.
No, it's
Famously
not,
called spaghetti westerns because they were shot in Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
Okay. I am in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
I am supernatural and heartwarming. Okay, that one gives it away. All three of these will probably give it away. I'm usually shown on TV during the holidays.
Captain, my Captain. It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yay.
Starring Jimmy Stewart.
Oh, Jerry Stewart.
Yes.
From a Stewart.
We have our cocktail, the old fashioned, is called the Jimmy
Yeah,
Stewart
hold on.
at the Bioscope.
All
Okay.
right.
Fun fact.
Don't know if you guys are familiar with this. All right.
Do you know the movie?
I do.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, then we stand a chance.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I am a crime drama.
Okay.
I showcase a lot of gang activity.
Okay. There's always one prompt that's too obvious, so try and skip that if you
Yeah.
can.
I think maybe the last one will be the giveaway.
Okay. So then
Unless
shoot for the
you've-
others.
Unless you've seen it. I'm narrated by a character named Rocket.
No.
No.
Not a raccoon.
No. Definitely not.
Because I think he would have narrated the third Guardians film because it was mostly about him.
Yeah.
But gang related.
Do you want me to do one more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Sure.
Okay. I star musician Cel George.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Pete's
The
down.
Life Aquatic. That had Sir George in it.
No.
But that was like
yes, it
that
did.
wasn't gang related activity.
Yeah.
They were the pirates that
Yeah.
came and robbed the boat.
Mm.
Okay, give them all again.
Well, I'll give you the last one. I am set in the favelas of Rio de Janeiro.
Oh, Captain, my Captain, City of God.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I like the fact that our answer has to be "Oh, Captain, my Captain," because then you're allowed to at least go "Oh."
Yeah.
Okay, magic.
Gosh.
All right. Should we chat a little bit about Ella McCay? I know this is not the hottest topic in the world.
Yeah.
We should rather be talking about Wuthering Heights and the burning loins of Margot Robbie. But I do find it interesting that Ella McCay was this movie that was on the cusp of getting a cinema release, at least in South Africa.
Yeah.
And it promptly disappeared because when this film came out, the world was just like, ew, okay, let's move on. Why it is interesting and why it is worth talking about is because this was the return of a really prominent filmmaker and writer-director. This is James L. Brooks, who brought us like As Good As It Gets and a bunch of those like...
Co-creator of The Simpsons.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's true. You do see his name in the credits. Mm-hmm. Oh, that makes so much sense because this movie, it's clumsy. But the one thing that feels a little clumsy is that it has a person go, hi, I'm the narrator of the movie.
Right.
So it's like quite meta in that sense. And that person is the woman who clearly is the voice of Marge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because she's got this, she is Marge. Like the
Right.
moment she opens her mouth, it's like, this is Marge Simpson.
Right.
And she plays her receptionist. Basically,
Julie Kavner.
Okay. This whole movie centers around a woman called Ella McCay, who is in the governance of a state that they never disclose. They never put it to any particular city. They also very smartly don't give her any title of Democrat or Republican. They just say the party, and they just say the state.
Yeah.
Which is smart, but it also makes it clumsy and diluted.
Yeah.
And it's about as she's the sort of understudy to a governor who has to move on or take a job, and so she becomes the governor of the state.
Right.
Also played by a very young for this kind of role, but played by the woman from Sex Education, the main
Emma
love
Mackey.
interest, who's got a name that is very similar to the
character,
the
yes.
character. So it's Emma Mackey in real life is playing Ella McCay.
Right.
Yeah.
The most lovable part of this is understanding the childhood and understanding her relationship with her aunt, who was played by
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay, cool.
She's got this like deadbeat sort of womanizing father played by Woody Harrelson, who whenever he shows up in this somewhat muddled movie,
it's always just to ask for forgiveness.
It's out of place and it's annoying.
Right.
And it could have been, basically, Graeme, it feels like you had the building blocks of a really great movie and no one sculpted it into something special.
Right.
Yeah.
You just had all the pieces of like a great statue lying about.
Okay.
And not something welded together to create David or some beautiful statue.
Yeah.
It was just parts.
Right.
She's got this brother, which when you see them growing up, you can see that they're close and it's important and they've got this sibling relationship. But later on, you get given way too much of the brother's story where he...
It felt out of place, actually, unnecessary.
Unnecessary. Right. It's one thing to sort of give him a unique attribute, which is the fact that he doesn't want to go outside and is afraid of like spaces.
Right.
But then you spend quite a lot of the movie as he sort of goes to make up with his ex-girlfriend, and there's way too long a scene with him and the girlfriend where you're like, I don't care for you, and this movie is not about you.
Yeah.
It's not Ella McCay and her brother.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like someone needed to tighten that edit. Someone needed to give that script another revision.
Yeah.
So it's almost as if, and I'm just obviously shooting in the dark here, you have this very famous, respected writer-director, and no one afraid to tell him, no, you're a little out of practice here. Like, you got to tighten this shit up. So what did you think, Claudia? Because you've seen it, huh?
Yeah. Very average fare. Very average outing.
Unfortunately, it is, and that was the...
Yeah, my sentiments are the same. Like, I felt the story was a little all over the place. I felt like they could have been very explicit in claiming that she was a Democrat. She feels like a Democrat.
Yeah, no, because she's got all the policies of that, and that's what she wants to do.
And I think it's set during 2008, 2009.
Yeah,
setting.
it's almost no smartphones.
Yeah, it is. It's because
yeah.
They keep referring to like sort of austerity measures in that film, which to me speaks about the recession that began in 2008,
okay.
going into 2009 with Obama coming in. So there's that sense of like, oh shit, our economy is kind of collapsing on us.
Right.
Like Wall Street has taken us into the shit, but we've got this awesome president that's come in, and we're hopeful.
Okay.
So she has that feel.
Okay.
But like you said, I think someone got in there from the executive bean level and said, don't make it political.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make it as neutral as you can, which I feel is disingenuous for the story he was trying to tell.
Right.
Yeah. No, but I just find it interesting that it was lined up and touted to be a big return to form, a big welcome back to the industry, and it just sadly
fell
wasn't
flat.
that, which is a pity.
Yeah.
Right.
Because, let's move on, a lovely return to form, as you said, is...
Send Help by
cool.
Sam Raimi. Yes.
So yeah, I took great joy, you'd appreciate this, in screening. This was a very cool school. I can't remember which one. We have many schools that come and watch films at the bioscope. And more often than not, it's the Afrikaans film Ballade van 'n Enkeling, which is like this Afrikaans setwork film that almost every school has to do. Shout out to Leon van Nierop, who's a friend
yes.
and customer here at the video store. But one of the schools did a very cool thing with like superheroes. I
Okay.
guess they were
Yes.
trying to just be like, how do we talk to the Gen Zs? And they did the first Spider-Man.
Cool.
And I took great joy in saying a little introduction. Welcome to the bioscope, guys,
Yeah.
if you haven't come before. And I just said, guys, it is worth knowing who the director of this movie is and what cool shit he did before. I didn't
Yes.
say shit, but like,
Cool stuff, yes.
you know,
cool films, yeah.
like you should look into the cool movies that Sam Raimi did
Yeah.
before this big, before you got given like 200 million.
Yeah.
And of course, those are films like Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Well, most importantly, Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
What's the lovely period one?
Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness,
Yes.
which is great. So yeah, lovely horror director.
Yeah.
What's that one with Liam Neeson and Frances McDormand?
Darkman.
I love that one.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
That is one of my favorites
Cool.
from Sam Raimi. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You should give it a watch.
So yeah, and then he obviously became a big time director with the Spider-Man
Yeah.
films, which were our first, the first entry into what then dominated the box office for decades.
Yeah.
Which were the big superhero movies. And so yeah, this is a little bit of a return to the horrorness.
It is, yeah.
We've got ourselves Rachel McAdams. Do you want to give us a little back of the box?
Yeah. Okay. So this is, I feel this is his sort of like outing on commentary about workplace dynamics.
Okay.
Yeah. You've got
And perhaps
Rachel
a little bit of a commentary on class to some degree.
to
in
some degree,
society.
but I think it's more to do with sort of like
Powers in the workplace.
power dynamics in the workplace, how certain types sort of work against each other, and sort of that whole dog eat dog kind of aspect to it.
Right.
So what's it about?
So you've got Rachel McAdams, who plays this rather unassuming but bedraggled character
That's a nice word.
Yeah.
who works in strategy and planning and is like their numbers cruncher. She is their workhorse. She does all the hard work that all the top managers and sort of like executive like wannabes
Okay.
just use because they couldn't be bothered to do the work
Yeah.
themselves, kind of thing. And then
Okay.
you have Dylan O'Brien, who comes in. He's now supposed to be like the prodigal son, taking over the company, assuming the position from his late father. And this guy just doesn't like her. He is very much like a business bro kind of like mindset. He wants to bring his buddies in and put them into the top position, and he just sees no value in her. She just irritates him.
Okay.
But he, she's sort of like looking for the recognition that she feels she deserves. She's been there for 7 years. She wants the position. It was promised to her.
Okay.
So he's like, no, okay, fine, prove it to me. Come along with me on this trip.
Okay. They're going to
And-
get in an aeroplane.
Yes.
And what's going to happen to the aeroplane?
Well, in spectacular survival horror film fashion, the plane crashes.
Okay. And
they're
they're
the-
on an island.
Yes, so they wash ashore on this supposedly deserted island, and they're the only two survivors. So
Okay.
he then sees for himself just how capable she is, because she's a little bit of a survival nut.
Right.
You know, in her spare time, besides just being a workaholic, she loves Survivor. She reads up on
Okay.
anything and everything to do with like survival.
Because he gets injured.
Yeah, he does.
So he becomes quite useless.
Right.
yeah,
And of course, now she's very
Yeah.
practical.
exactly. And
What makes it fun? What did you enjoy about it?
I think what I enjoyed about it was the shift in like the relationship dynamics over there,
Okay.
and the fact that, you know, once they wash up on shore, he has to put up with the fact that he needs her,
Yeah.
and he can't be an arsehole, but it still plays into this whole thing of we're working with our natures, like the nature of each person really
Yeah.
comes out in
Yeah.
in this
Right.
environment,
Yeah.
and it really gets heightened. But there's also an interesting sort of like take on the things that you will do to survive.
Because
Okay.
because horror sneaks in, right?
Yeah, of course.
This,
I mean,
this goes to a crazy degree. I mean, the poster's her like covered in blood.
yeah. I mean,
So how does it go to shit? I mean, don't give plot away.
no. Well, I mean, it's
But what is it about it that scales up on the island?
basically about like wanting to leave. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not trying to give away too
Okay,
much,
sure.
but like I said, I feel like this film takes the workplace power dynamic struggle and kind of just puts it into like a survival element.
But
So
it's a fun
Yeah.
movie.
it is, and in typical Sam Raimi form, there are going to be those moments where these intense burst of violence,
Yeah,
and
right.
it's gore to the max.
Okay, cool. So it almost feels a little like Lord of the Flies-y.
Kind of,
But it's
Yeah.
also I'm getting a little bit of Triangle of Sadness,
yeah.
which is that great film that also ends with the rich people being stranded on
Yes.
this island. And what was so great about that movie was that the sort of unassuming bottom of the barrel cook is the only person on this island that knows how to fish, and so she builds this huge empire of power for herself where she's on the top.
Right.
Yeah.
And she like takes people as sex slaves and like,
I don't-
just rules this island because she's the only one that knows how to cook.
Right.
Where the wealthy Russian oligarch is useless.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
and
that's
that was
essentially
just
like
such a lovely. That was
Okay.
such a lovely
yeah.
point in that movie.
I think that's essentially what comes out of it, is that you've got this whole thing of, sort of like executive level people. Like
yeah.
some of them are just there for the sake of it, but
Interesting.
there is an interesting twist that comes into the film. I don't want to give away too much, but what I loved about this film as well is, and like I said, going back to Sam Raimi and what makes his horror themed films interesting is that there's always that element of comedy in there. It's like this
Very much so.
goofiness.
Yeah.
So there were some really laugh out loud moments for me in that film, and quickly followed up by, oh my God.
Interesting.
gross.
But I also feel like he strikes me as the director that wants to be outside of the big corporate structure.
Yeah.
Although he's played in it with the Spider-Man films,
Yeah.
there's always been something very kind of punk rock about him. So
Mm.
it
Yes.
makes sense that he is commenting and toppling the big corporate structures,
Yeah.
which probably tried to dominate his life
Yeah.
and tell him what to do.
Mm.
And he probably felt like he, as a director, was a walkover when you've got,
Yeah.
these big checkbooks of 200 million
Yeah.
wanting to make a Spider-Man, and you're coming in as this
Exactly.
slightly more punk rock horror director. So
Yeah.
it's very hard to stand up. It's very hard to have your voice, take control,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and command the scenario.
Yeah. Which
So maybe this movie is a little bit of a microcosm to what he's experienced in his life.
I think
Yeah.
so as well, because you make a good point over there, because it's got interesting background in that, this film I think was originally pitched back in 2019 with him and his producing partner, and it was, I think it was to Columbia Pictures, and they originally envisioned it as a streaming project,
Okay.
Okay.
which it didn't quite work out because I think Sam Raimi is just so sort of like singular and different in that regard. So it couldn't become like a streaming project.
Right.
He had to like work at it to get it to this point where it was like, okay, we're going to do
Let's give it a film release.
Exactly. And I think it works.
Lovely.
It's nice to see him in back in form, out there doing what he does best.
It's definitely been celebrated, and I can feel it. I have enough accounts that I follow in social media where I feel like, as a cinema owner, I can get a sense of whether or not there is a discourse.
Right.
Yeah.
The challenging part is like, am I in this little echo chamber? But what is interesting for me is what is being echoed in the chamber. Like, are we talking about this movie? Are we making memes about this movie?
Yeah.
Are characters coming up in conversations? And are these particular channels talking about it?
Right.
I think there's
And
definitely
that's,
some memeable
that's
stuff
to
in
me
there.
is a really indicator of whether or not it should be something I screen at the bioscope.
Yeah.
We challenged it. Perrin felt with the Hamnets and the Oscar films, I don't need it right now, but on any other day, I think I would have screened Send Help at the bioscope. But it's cool that it's done well, and I can see that it's made its way into the top 10, and it's been relatively high up in the box office here in South Africa.
Cool.
And it's just cool when you've got that lovely mix of horror and fun, and it sort of says something at the same time. That's always a good horror for me, as opposed to just like evil's coming and it's coming after you. Like, fuck, we're bored of that.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that there'll be some trolley discussion about some of the elements and some of the
So
sort of like
cool. Then,
sequences
then
in
it
the film.
leaves you with something to talk about, which is
Yeah.
great. Lovely. The other big film, just to touch on, is Wuthering Heights, which we are all going to own. Everyone behind this counter hasn't had a chance to see.
Yeah.
No.
But I thought I would read out one or two funny reviews from the world of Letterboxd, which is, if you know about Letterboxd, it's probably like a big important part of your life. It's how you it's how you diarize and rate and review the films that you've watched. If you don't know about it, then maybe this podcast's not for you. But the reviews are lovely, and I think the ones that rise to the top are usually the ones that have quite a lot of wit.
Yes.
That kind of encapsulate a lot of the vibe. And so we thought it'd be worth mentioning the occasional review from Letterboxd when it comes to a film. Someone called Elaine said, Emily Bronte died of tuberculosis 177 years ago, yet this adaptation is still the worst thing that has ever happened for her. I think that is good.
Yeah. I got one here from Mac with a K. This is what happens when you let people who were born to make aesthetic Pinterest boards direct movies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that kind of review.
Yeah, I like this one. I was promised a freaky ass movie and all I got are broken egg yolks.
I assume that makes sense if you've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, I think this is very relevant. I mean, Jacob Lordy, Kissing Booth 4, Wether and Heights.
Right. Yeah, if you don't know, Jacob Elordi was in a trilogy of Netflix movies called The Kissing Booth.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Which is such teen heartthrob movie.
Yes.
Yes.
This one's a little more detailed from someone called Taylor. A bafflingly misguided adaptation, so much so that it's almost not even worth considering in relation to the original text.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Tall men can get away with anything.
God.
But I think it's worth mentioning that some people really love this movie too.
Oh, yeah.
So like we're reading out the more like witty shit-ons.
Yes.
But people really dig it. And I think those are probably people who haven't read the book.
I was going to say the same people who seem to have interpreted the story the same way Emerald Fennell has seem to be enjoying it the most.
Yes, she has very much owned, and this is something I touched on in the beginning, she has so much so that we've mentioned this in previous episodes.
Yeah.
She has owned the fact that this is her telling of the story.
Yeah.
Where literally in the movie poster, it is in inverted commas.
Yes.
And that's
in
really
quotation marks.
In quotation marks, sorry. To say that this is her version.
Exactly.
I haven't read the book.
No.
Perrin has, and he's like, she's very much made half the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard
Or
this
like
a lot,
half
that
the
a
book.
lot of adaptations seem to only adapt like half of the story.
Yes, because I think the second half, a little bit like Wicked, shouldn't doesn't need to be there.
Right.
Who knows? No, but I think it is a story with characters and a world that gets increasingly more toxic.
Yeah.
I think it was complicated, and it was death, and you know the woman, the female literature of its time was quite depressing and quite hardcore and quite potent. I read The Bell Jar over the holidays, which was obviously not Bronte sisters, but of that ilk. And it's heavy.
Yeah, it is.
It's intense. And I think like the females that were able to get books over the line and out there, like really had some important shit to get out.
Yeah,
for sure.
From Frankenstein monsters. I'm scanning many a decade of literature here. But the Bronte sisters and Emily Bronte were these kind of one and done, intense, crazy, toxic, swirling stories. Have you read the book?
I have.
Okay, what can you say about the book? Here I am talking like a real man.
No, pretty much
about something I know nothing about.
I think pretty much it is bleak. It gets quite dark, like you said. Second half, I feel like, from a cinematic point of view, doesn't need to be done. I think, especially in this climate, this day and age, where it's like we don't want to see anything of that ilk. If I can
because
put it
even
that
in the
way.
trailer it says, one of the greatest love stories of all time, and anyone who's read the book is like,
no.
what?
I mean, I would love to see what I believe that there was a book club that booked out the cinema either on the Friday or the Saturday.
It was on Sunday.
Was it on Sunday?
Yeah, about 15
Shout out to
of
Laura
them.
and her book club. But I'm curious to see what they will think of the adaptation.
Yeah, let's get them to send a return. If you know members of those people,
I definitely do.
Let's try get a voice note from one of them returning Wuthering Heights for next week's episode.
I will.
Cool.
Yes. So I'd be curious to see what their take on it would be. I personally, I mean, Emerald Fennell's last outing, Saltburn,
divided a lot of people.
Yeah, very divisive. Movie.
Yeah, and what I loved about it was that it just was something that everybody spoke about.
Yes.
Right.
It was one of those weird, odd, bold, daring, not afraid to go there art house films that snuck up on Amazon and had a whole bunch of normies watch it. And they all got Saltburn, where they were like, yeah, this is art house cinema. This is where it goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like weird shit happens in these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so everyone got like a taste of it.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting experiment to put that kind of movie out for people to like be, assaulted by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what art often does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Often arrives and slaps you across the face. So she's an interesting person. And so this was an interesting thing to now see. So we'll see. I could see that there was distaste, and I could see that there was people with issues, and certainly the people who read the book were confused and believed things were miscast and all of that. And so I'm curious, and I think the jury is still somewhat out as to whether or not going in cold slate you actually enjoyed this movie, and we will see whether it'll live past Valentine's weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so let's check in next week
Yes.
to see how that economy of the film is doing, and,
Yeah.
and whether or not it will just slip away, or whether people will talk about it, because
Yeah.
that was why Saltburn got watched so often, is that someone watched it and was like, oh my
Yeah.
god,
Yeah.
the scene with the chills.
Yeah.
And then everyone's talking about it, so now when I see it I'll watch it. And so
Yeah.
there was definitely this kind of discourse, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
I think for me, like the more of the draw and attraction to want to see it is not so much the casting. I think the casting's interesting. I have my issues with it,
Right.
maybe just because I've read the book and understand the complexity therein. But I think for me, what is a draw card is the music, actually,
Okay.
Yeah.
by Charlie XCX.
Yes, and so
Right.
this is another thing that, a little bit like how Project Hail Mary releases a Lego set. Wuthering Heights was this movie that's like, this is cool. We've got like a cool person making a cool song for
Right.
what is going to be a cool movie.
Yes.
We are making this cool. So it's like, if you can pull that off, that's great.
Yeah.
If there can be this sense of style and execution that just is like cool. That's exciting. It's interesting to make a movie hip.
Yes.
It's a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen easily.
No. It doesn't.
And it's got to have this kind of sense of vibe that some people won't like
No.
Right.
to pull it off, I think. So yeah, interesting. Let us know
Yeah.
what you think of Wuthering Heights.
Exactly.
Tell the 3 people who haven't seen the movie what you think about it.
Yeah.
There is many ways you can do this. There are comments below in places like Instagram or on Facebook in the Facebook group, or you can send us an email,
Yeah.
videostorepod@gmail.com, to let us know. And you can also return it. So you can send a voice note,
Yes.
which we love getting. So especially the people that know us, send a voice note to one of us,
Yeah.
and return this film so that we can get a sense of what people think about it. All right, last few thoughts and feelings. Just to mention, Shrinking
Oh, yes.
is delightful. This is season 3.
Cool.
This is such a lovable world. We've got Jason Segel. It's written by Brett Goldstein, who is behind every TV show you've loved recently. This is Roy Kent from Ted Lasso,
Right.
and in many cases he's involved in these TV shows where he's a writer first and foremost, and then he inevitably becomes a character,
Right.
because he can act, and so often no one else can do it but him. So Brett Goldstein does appear now in the last 2 seasons.
Cool.
But the premise of it is it's about a father who is raising his daughter after his wife was tragically killed in a car accident. He himself is a psychologist and is part of a very cool outfit of psychologists led by Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
And a very cool other psychologist. I don't know her name, but she is a delightful character. And so as he tries to fix himself, he's fixing others at the same time.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's called Shrinking, because he is a shrink, so to speak. And it's everyone just getting their shit together. And it's this great buddy comedy where the neighbor is delightful and is a big part of their lives. And some of the people that he helped initially, his patients sort of end up, rather unethically joining his kind of family entourage.
Right.
Where, for the most part, you're trying to protect the daughter as she goes about this world without her mom. So at the premise, you've got, the tragedy and the trauma of this loss, but it's very comical at the same time as he gets his shit together, because he was very unhealthy for a long time, and how he figures it out. And then Brett Goldstein, not to give much away, but it's just to set the context, plays the person who was the person who killed the mom.
Oh, right.
So when he presents himself, they work with that in a very interesting and smart way.
Okay.
As he sort of joins the ensemble cast.
Cool.
I can't recommend it enough. It is
Nice.
smart. It's well written. It's a great hang, and it's on Apple Plus,
Nice.
Apple TV Plus, which is now just Apple TV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Apple TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Magic.
Cool.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you
thanks.
for a lovely day. Claudia, I wanted to ask,
Yes.
do you have a little free time? Do you want a job? We think you could be a more permanent employee here. Would that appeal to you?
It would. Yeah.
Instead of just being a customer that walks in,
Yeah, we can talk.
we can talk.
We can talk.
Lovely. No, we'd love to have you more. So we appreciate your
I'd
time.
love to be here more, guys.
Yeah,
Cool.
thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you,
Nice.
guys.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.